When my Fujifilm X-T2 broke down 3 years ago, I wasn't only devastated, it could not be fixed, and I've been on the lookout for a replacement ever since. And I think I finally found it, and that's what I'm going to share with you in my episode. First of all, the camera that I bought, 5 of the reasons why I actually bought it, some of my first shooting experiences with it, and more importantly also what I didn't like about the camera. Now, my replacement camera, after 3 years of going through the Fujifilm camera landscape, going from the X-T2 to the X-T4 to the X-T30 Mark II to the X-T1, X70, X100F, the XS20, which I quickly sold, never made an episode about it, I finally landed on the XPro2. And that's, I know it's a hype camera, it seems to be very expensive, but stay tuned. Let's first go into why I actually bought the XPro2. Now, the first reason is not as much the body. My first reason is the X-Trans 3 sensor, which is in the X-T2, which out of all the sensors I've shot with, and I shot with the X-Trans 1 until 4 if I have to rank, it is really the X-Trans 3 sensor that just works for me. There is something about this sensor, I don't know what it is. If I look at the pictures from the X-T2, I'm always like, I get this like whiff of nostalgia coming over me. It works for me. The color science is great. If I have to choose a number 2, that would be the X-Trans 1 sensor, followed by the X-Trans 2. I think there's not much between them. And then ultimately the X-Trans 4 sensor. Let me know in the comments below what you think. So that's one of the things. It's really the 24 megapixel APS-C sensor combined with the X-Trans 3 sensor and its color science. So that's the first reason. Now, the second reason here, I've also shot with obviously the X100 series. I had an X100, I sold that off. The X100 Mark V didn't do it for me. And lately I bought the X100T, a very nice camera I have to admit, but it is with a fixed lens. Deep down, I really love cameras with an interchangeable lens on it. And you can see an episode here where my 3 favorite small and lightweight compact lenses are, which fits needlessly on this. That's the 16mm, the 27 you see here, and the 56mm from Viltrox. That little troika is perfect. So you're probably thinking, oh, Paul, come on, you had the X-T20 and an XS20, X-T4. Why do you go for an X-Pro? Well, because of, honestly said, also a lot of curiosity. If you follow the channel, you know that I do have a Leica M monochrome, which is also rangefinder style. This camera, similar to the X100 series, is also rangefinder style. And this was also the XPro series I've never shot with in my life. So I really wanted to try that. It's more the form factor, what you're really buying into. Yeah. From the minute I got it, and I bought this from a professional photographer in the north of the Netherlands here. I'll get later on to that in the video. But the minute I took this out of the box, it simply agreed with me. And at times you have cameras that you take out of the box. I have it with the Fujifilm XE series. For some reason, they simply don't agree with me. I don't know what that is. This camera, on the other hand, felt like I, reunited with one of my best friends I hadn't seen in 20 years. So that curiosity up until now has been pretty much validated and satisfied. And let me know in the comments below what your favorite body style is in the Fuji lineup. Now, one other part I've noticed, and I made a video months ago, that I don't really agree the direction Fuji is heading into, and that is predominantly here the ergonomics and build quality. If I looked at my XS20, that looked like a nice camera. It was nice in the hand, it was light, it just didn't feel like a Fuji. If I look at the X-T30 Mark II, you already see that the materials used compared to the X-T20, you definitely see some design differences in terms of material and quality. And this is just built very nicely. It's very robust. You got the feeling you got something in your hands which isn't plasticky. If you look at the XM5, nice camera, probably does a lot of good things, but I hold it in my hand. It's very small, it's very light, and it's very plasticky. So I personally don't really like that. I'm going for the old-fashioned ergonomics here. And really nice hands I have, as you know. And to be very honest, when I had this in my hand, I didn't expect it to feel that nice. And that's mainly to do with the design here on the back. Your thumb and everything rightly slits here. If I do like this, if I can show you. But it doesn't touch the joypad. It's got a little joystick here. enough buttons to last you for a lifetime. So I personally really appreciate the actual design of this camera and the quality of the design, including the ergonomics. Now, and obviously, fifth reason for me was film sims. We all know every new release of a Fuji camera gets a new film sim, and often that's a little bit overhyped in my opinion. Let me know in the comments below. The only film sim I miss on the older Fuji models, if I'm going to be very honest with you and open, is Eterna. I'm very happy with the normal negs, chrome and the black and whites. That's all that I really need. So this camera has the bare minimum that I require. It's also the bare minimum I always enjoyed years ago. So for me, that was also a big decision. I only want to buy cameras as a tool and with some specific features into it. Yeah, so with that, obviously you haven't really heard me talk about the video specs. That's because I don't use this camera for video. I couldn't care less about it, to be very honest, because I have my phone with me, which is a lot better than a piece of tech from 2017 or 16. And so video specs for me personally, not important. You can shoot 4K on this. You don't have F-Log, but you do have a dual card slot. So that's pretty awesome, right? So with that, you're probably thinking, hold on, Paul. Is there nothing negative about this camera? Well, there are a few things. Let's first address the elephant in the room. This camera is extremely hyped. It's very popular and it definitely isn't cheap. Now, I got this for 800 euros with a shutter click not exceeding 1500 from a professional photographer who was so kind to extend the service on it for half a year with Fuji Professional Services. And 800 bucks is still a lot of money for a camera that was produced ages ago. But I think in this case, it's worth it for me personally. I can't decide about you because, you know, I can't look into your wallet. But I think, yeah, this camera has given me something that I didn't have in my Fuji arsenal. Really nice, great replacement for the X-T2. But if you look online what the prices are, and depending in which region you're living in the world, yeah, 900, 1100 bucks. So that price here, it's up for you to decide. But if you look what you can buy for that kind of money, so you can buy an X-T20 and it's going to cost you probably half the money. One thing that I really have to get used to, and I didn't like this on the X100 Mark V, is the integration of the ISO with the shutter button. It takes me, I never really liked it and I probably will never really enjoy it, but I can live with this. That's one I don't like. The other one, the third one, is the actual lack of a flip screen. So it's a really fixed screen, and I know you can buy the XPro2. What I really always liked and appreciated in the X here, the X-T2, simple, horizontal, and if you wanted to shoot, let's say, from the top down, they just had this extension here, which I absolutely love. So that's one thing that I really think like, I wish that was in here. I know XPro2, but that's a whole different beast. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching.